Now we are. Okay. Hi, everybody. This is Garage Geek, and I want to welcome you to the show. And today I have Don Rex or Donald Rex. Is it okay if I call you Don?
Either
I've been
way,
doing it
I prefer
anyway.
Donald, but either way.
Okay, Donald. So I have Donald Rex on the show, and I have to tell you something. For some reason, I kept calling you Donald Westlake, and finally, I'm like, of course, now I know why because I've been reading a lot of his books. So Donald Westlake. So no, you are the king. You are Donald Rex. So how are you doing today?
Very
Thank you.
well. How are you?
Good. So our theme today is before we were born, and so we're going to try to show off comics from before we were born. Now, I definitely got some from before I was born, but I don't think I was successful in getting comics from before we were both born. So I don't know if you mind telling your age or not, but if you do, then we
I
can
was
just.
born in 1958, so
And I was born in 1968. So one decade difference. And I was thinking about that before we got on. When you think about 10 years, that's actually a big difference in a comic collector's career. So when you talk about the difference between the 70s and the 80s,
yeah.
or the 80s and the 90s, the 90s and the aughts or the 2000s, I mean, there's big jumps. And so when we talk about this 10-year difference between us, there must be like a big jump in the evolution of
Yeah, I
comics.
started buying comics when they were 12 cents. So
Wow.
that was a long
For
time.
me, 35.
Yeah.
35 cents. I remember when I was buying them, they were saying still only 35.
Yeah.
And of course, I had comics from before that because my brothers would buy them. My brother would buy them for me. But I remember spending my own money around when they were 35. So that's, 12 cents versus 35. That's intense.
They used to have a vending machine at Kmart that took a dime and 2 pennies.
Wow. Imagine that's really interesting.
Yeah.
Do you think you probably still have some of those that you got from Kmart?
No, I doubt it.
No,
I,
you don't have them.
I ground through comics like fodder because I bought them so cheap, and then they got expensive, and I was like, oh well, I'll sell them. I've got
Well, the thing is that I think the whole medium they were meant to be expendable,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You bought them cheap, you just read them and threw them away, and you got the next one, or you handed them on to someone else.
Yeah.
In the movies, you always see like GIs with all these folded up comic books in their back pockets. They pull it out when they have time. They read it, then they throw it to the next person. I mean, I think these things were meant to be really expendable.
I started collecting really young, and my sister was like, she was older and more sophisticated, and she told me about condition and all that. And my neighbor used to read comic books, and I read this Uncle Scrooge comic where they had a library where the people had like a neighborhood library. So I said, "Hey John, why don't we get together and pull our comic books and we can keep them in my garage and have a library?" And he was like, his mother was trying to get him to get rid of his comic books anyway, so he went for it. And
Wow.
we sat down and marked all our comics. I put like a line on mine inside the cover, and he put a 0 on his. So like,
Wow.
my comics had lines and zeros on them. But then like about several years, after that we marked them. He never came over to read them or anything. And then a few years later we moved to Ohio, so I inherited his comic collection.
Oh, you know what? I'm so dumb. I had the banner thing on. I was like wondering where are the people in the comments, so I wasn't even seeing the comments. So I switched it over. So I have to say thank you, Mark Morris. Oh, he's a fan. He says we want Garage Geek, Garage Geek. Well, thank you.
All right.
So please, you know what, Mark? I need you to write. We want Don Rex. Don Rex. Go. I mean, now Sleepy wrote. It was 1961 for me. Comics from then are expensive now. Oh, absolutely. So Sleepy,
Child romance are cheap.
are they? You know what? I'm not so sure because I think a lot of the romance. When I go into Whatnot, people often ask for romance. I think they're on the rise. Like a lot of people are hunting for the niches right now.
The thing about it is with child romance, the 60s is a wasteland. They're just terrible. And the great ones are from about 69 to 75, 78. That's when the really good ones are. So the people who are in the know will bid up those later ones, and nobody will bid on the early ones.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying from what I've noticed, people are starting to ask for specific things. Like you'll go into rooms and they'll be like, "We want westerns. Do you have any westerns?" And you hear it often. Do you have any romance? Do you have any sci-fi? Because these little niche genres are starting to like really take off, and I think romance is one of them. So you might be sitting on a gold mine there.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I wonder if I made a mistake making those videos about romance artists.
I don't think so. I mean, you're just sharing your knowledge, and I know that's what you're going to do tonight or this afternoon. So what do we have? Down with Donald Westlake. Down with Donald Westlake. No, this guy's a great writer, by the way. Oh, so I wanted to. This is really off topic, right? But I just wanted to show. This is a comic. It's almost from before you were born.
All right.
It's a 10-center, and I think it's from 1959.
Yeah.
And the reason I grabbed this is because I actually have two from before you were born, but I didn't find them. But I did find this one, and I'm so happy anytime I can find a 10-cent comic in pretty decent condition. I mean, for me, like a 10-cent comic, I mean, you grew up kind of right around 10-cent comics, but for me, that just like seems so long ago. So, anyways, sorry, I didn't mean that to sound ageist, but it just like it goes from way before me, right? Because I started at 35, and there were no 10-cent comics lying around, and I used to go to comic book stores, in my neighborhood, and there weren't any, to my knowledge, there were no 10-cent comics in the back bins. Yeah. They were all like 25, 30 cents. So you want to go first with your romance comics?
Or you want to do romance, or you want to go with the Before We Were Born first?
I tried to pick everything from Before We Were Born. So like everything I show, no matter what the genre, pretty much. I tried to do that.
Okay. Well, let's start with the Dell.
Oh, wait, before you start, Sleepy has a question for you. Were you in the early days more of a Marvel, a DC, an Archie fan?
Well, I started out reading Archies, but once I discovered them, I definitely became Marvel. DC was, I could take it or leave it, but it was definitely Marvel.
Okay, thank you. So which one are you going to start with? Because I got to grab mine too.
How about the Dells?
All right, Dell.
The painted covers. Painted covers.
Perfect. You want to go first?
Okay.
I got mine.
See if I can get this right.
Oh, wait. I got to make you big. Hold on. This is where I stumble and falter. I'm going to get this right, guys.
You want me to do like all five and then you do five? Is that?
Yeah, I think that's good.
Okay.
See. I'm clicking on it, but it's not working. Oh, there we go. Woo, I did it.
Okay. First, I've got Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea, number 9. This is from... well, this one is later. This is from 1967.
Okay, good. Hold it right there. There's less glare.
That's before you were born.
Yeah, I don't think I have that one.
That's a George Wilson cover. And next, from 1962, Voyage from the Deep. Can you see that?
That one's cool.
That's John McDermott.
Wow. Okay. I like the Dell when it's just Dell without the gold key. And
yeah.
Like those older ones, I really, really like that.
Yeah. They're pretty cool.
I didn't bring any.
Next, I've got a Turok, number 46 from 1965.
Oh, I don't have that one. I love yellow backgrounds.
That's also a George Wilson cover.
Yeah, so Donald is going to say the names, and it's going over my head because I do not know the artist names. But I'm thankful that you're doing that.
If you're curious about who did your art, there's a site called comics.org.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a database of all the comic books and who did them and who did the covers. It's really helpful.
Yeah.
This the next one is Magnus Robot Fighter #8 from 1966. I think that's a cool cover.
Oh yes, it is. I don't have that one either.
See the face in the background? So cool.
Yeah, the floating head in space.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And finally, I've got Tarzan's Jungle Annual, #4, I think.
Is Tarzan even on that cover?
1955. No, it's just a ape and a lion.
A cheetah?
Cheetah, whatever it is.
Which one has the spots? A leopard.
Leopard, yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, this is by Morris Golub.
Yeah, I don't think I have that one either. There's so many old Dell comics that once you start collecting them, you realize like how many there are. I know George Wilson, but not the other painted covers. Yeah, I'm very ignorant when it comes to painted covers. So it's my turn, right?
Yeah.
So let's see if I can drag myself over.
Yeah.
Ooh, it worked. Okay. Everybody in the audience, if I'm not big right now, would you please let me know? So I have 5 to show off, and I kind of grabbed them randomly because I've got a bunch, and I just hope I haven't showed these before. So the first one I'm going to show is this Boris Karloff. I have to kind of hold it at an angle because of the glare. But here we got Boris Karloff, Tales of Mystery. Hold on, I'm going to get rid of the comment. Oh, and Gotham Mike Stan said, I am big. Thank you for the compliment. Okay, so there's Boris Karloff. I'm going to try to get it as close as I can. I mean, I absolutely love the art on these painted covers.
No.
And a lot of the problem with Gold Key is they never put the numbers on the issues. And I need to like put a little sticky note back here, like a little sticker, and put the actual issue numbers because I need to. Like when you're going through your box, you want to know which ones you're missing or not.
Yeah.
So anyways, that was
the backer board.
Yeah. Here I have another 20 center. This is a Grimm's Ghost Story, and we got like a Beethoven looking guy. And they're scared of the piano. And it says, a piano plays by itself. Ooh, freaky. The music comes from the grave. And I guess Beethoven's mad. He's like, don't play my music. But man, I don't care. I love it's silly, but I love that. Like, look at her dress.
Knocking over the candelabra. Oh man.
Yes.
Gonna start a fire.
Look at the sheen on her dress. I mean, or the shine.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous. Okay, this one I have in a not nice bag, but I like the cover. I need to get it out of this bag. This one is a 15-cent Mighty Samson. I mean, look at what's going on in this one. There's like, he's fighting this like blue angel kind of creature in like a bombed out New York. I mean, look at how cool that thing is.
Yeah. There's another one coming at him too.
Yeah. When you're done with the first one, you're going to get the second one. So yeah, that's the Mighty Samson. So this has a special place in my heart. I love the TV show Dark Shadows. I do not have every issue, but I need to. Now, they started out with photo covers, and then they changed to painted covers. And later, they went to cartoon covers. And the cartoon covers are really bad, but I still want them. But here we have a Dark Shadows of 15 cents. The Dead of Night Calls to Barnabas Collins, Vampire. And he's like flying out of that coffin. He's gigantic compared to the coffin. But I mean, that's just a gorgeous cover. Okay, I got one more, but we got some comments. So let me oh, thank you. I'm big and manly. Yay. Hey everybody. So Brian, I looked at my I'm on your list for people who are nominated, and I'm right next to Gary B, the casual comic guy. And I was like, ooh, he usually is a winner. So I'm like right next to a winner. So whether I lose or not, it doesn't matter. I just thought that was funny. Oh, Gore Vidal's is in the house. Midas Samson is lacking estrogen. Wait, the estrogen is the male hormone, right? I think he's got enough of it. And Gotham Mike Stan, aren't those what angels look like according to the actual Bible? Blue with those kind of feathers? Maybe.
Hey, Peter, that's my boss.
Peter, where is he?
McStan, Gotham McStan.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's nice. Steve wrote, when they exhumed Beethoven's body, they found him erasing his music, and the grave digger asked, "What are you doing?" It's a joke. I'm decomposing. Oh my gosh. So that was a joke. Thank you, Steve. I got it. Hall, yeah, I fell asleep. Thank goodness I didn't miss it. You missed my beautiful opening. It was probably the best opening ever on a live stream. Everybody back me up in the comments. They're saying hi to each other. Everybody's saying hi. And then, okay, we're caught up. So I'm going to show my last Dell Gold Key painted cover. And this is another show that I loved as a kid. But this comic series is not based on that TV show. So this is the Space Family Robinson Lost in Space. But, I mean, look at that great background. I mean, he's whacking something in the face with a, I don't even know what that is, an oar. And you got all these crazy people running around. Things happen over here in the corner, riding wild stuff. I mean, this is just a cool comic cover. Fierce space savages force the Robinson into Operation Survival. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I just said don't get lost in space, man. You'll with ostriches. Oh, man.
All right, I'm going to slam you over into the hot seat right here.
What should we do next?
Well, you can decide. So we have.
Okay, you want to do romance? These are romance from before I was born.
Oh, so this is actually your forte for tonight. So you brought these because you want to show off the artists. So I'm ready to get an education right now.
Okay,
don't disappoint me.
This first one, I accidentally won it on eBay in a Charlton lot, but it's an Atlas comic and it's got a Matt Baker cover. I don't know if you're familiar with Matt Baker.
I am. I actually reviewed one of his books, so I am kind of familiar with him.
This one is
really in vogue.
This one is inked by Vince Coletta, so I don't think it'll ever be worth big money. I used to have a collection of Matt Baker covers, but I sold them when they were like $50 each, and now they're hundreds. You know, so I always sell my stuff too early. But okay, that's Matt Baker inked by Vince Coletta.
And that you said that's an Atlas comic.
It's an Atlas, Marvel, yeah, Marvel.
Marvel before they became Marvel. Oh, okay.
Yeah, most of these are Atlas. And most of them have Vince Coletta covers. This one is more of a sexy one by Coletta.
Ooh, look at that booty.
That one's from 1954.
The colors are nice. We got the browns, the greens, the blues.
Yeah, I thought this was a nice book. It's got this little tear in the front, but I got it cheap. So, condition problems like that don't really bother me too much.
No, and in fact, it doesn't affect the art at all. You could put a black piece of paper right there, and it would make that cover pop. So please do that.
That's what I did when I scanned it.
Oh, see, you should keep it there.
This is another Vince Coletta. This is kind of a good one, I thought.
Oh no, that one's gorgeous.
From 1954, I think.
Look at that girl like peeping outside the window.
Yeah,
no, she's in the house.
Yeah, she's in the house, and she's like, "Oh, that must be her boyfriend making it with this other girl." And she's like, "Oh no."
Okay, that guy's just rude to do that right in front of her. Well,
yeah,
maybe she's crying about the lady. We never know.
Well, you never know.
Until you read it.
Okay, this next one is by Dan DiCarlo.
That's a famous name.
Yeah, it's a Millie the Model. They're having a long good night there.
Wait, how do I know Dan DiCarlo's name? Is he famous for Archie or?
Yeah, for Archie comics.
Oh, okay.
He also did Millie the Model and a lot of those girl strips.
Wow.
And this one's from 1952. And finally, this one's one of my favorites. This is also an Atlas. It's a Patsy Walker Miss America.
Okay, that's Hellcat. I'm sorry to tell you.
I know. Yeah. Isn't that cool? She's at the movies, and this guy takes her to the horror movies. God, why do you take me to these monster movies? Oh, gee, I can't imagine.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Those are cool. Really, really cool. I'm jealous. So jealous. Those are, and you said a lot, like that Matt Baker one probably goes for a lot of money now.
Well, maybe if you get somebody who doesn't know, can't discern between a good one and a Vince Coletta one.
That would be me. Okay, so let me make myself big. Now I only grabbed 4 romance because I didn't find them. So I actually made up for it by sprinkling in a couple others in the other ones. So
Okay.
you have to put up with that. So the first one I have is a Charlton, and I recently showed this because I just got it in the mail. But this one is Charlton's For Lovers Only, all new, and I don't know who drew that, but that art is actually really nice. It looks like someone famous from Marvel.
I think that's Demetrio Sanchez Gomez, maybe.
Oh, well then no.
He draws hair that way.
Oh. And then he says, I'm the boss's niece and secretary, but that doesn't matter to Wick. He loves me, doesn't he? He wants that money. Okay, next. Oh, this one I was so happy to get. It's in bad shape, but these comics in mint go for a lot of money. And especially if you can find number 1. This is number 2. This is the Dark Mansion of Forbidden Love, because they look like a pulp novel. Like the covers just look like a pulp novel. And look at the colors on this thing.
Yeah.
Honeymoon of Fear. And this is a 25-center, but it was like a double issue. So probably around the time of 12-cent comics. But like, look at this gothic romance. Ew, that's on the cover, not on the art. But yeah, I bought this as is, and I got it really cheap, so I was very happy about that. Let me check the comments, and my dog is trying to jump up now, of course. Paul says, love Hellcat. Oh yeah, the old Patsy Walkers would be interesting, I think. I mean, that stuff from that time is, it's very different. He loves her all the way to the bank for sure. Dark Mansion cover is gorgeous. Yeah, I think so. Okay, my dog is jumping up. He wants to be in on this.
Hey, Terrence.
And the next one I have is this Falling in Love, which is another double, but DC one. But this one is in nice condition. Ooh. So How to Develop a Beautiful Body. And I love this one because they're being so bitchy to each other. So listen to this. I didn't care about the others you stole, Sue, but Bill is different. I love him. Please leave him alone. And what does she say? Are you kidding? When 2 girls want the same man, anything goes. And she's like, I just thought that was hilarious. And then look at Bill in the background. I'm sorry, ladies. You can keep Bill. I don't want him. Look at him. How could I forget that magic moment, Once Upon a Time, and lots more? I mean, come on, that's hilarious. And I've got one more to show, but let me look at the Comic Crack says, hello, Donald. And Gory Vidal says, facts. My last one I'm going to show is a Charlton. And this is all new Secret Romance. Now, this one, the artist is there, Capello, meaning hair, I guess, in Italian. But this is really, really thick line work, almost like coloring book style. If you notice that, I mean, it looks like someone colored in a coloring book page with those thick, like, look at her shoulder. That line is so thick. And so, I don't know. Do you know this artist name?
Yeah, Art Capella. He was like a workhorse on Charlton Romance at that time. He did a lot of work.
Yeah, but in its own way, it's still rather pretty.
I do like him.
Yeah, look at the colors. I mean, they just it's a nice comic. And I mean, I got it cheap. Like I got this in a bundle of comics, and it was originally $1. I mean,
yeah,
good price for that. All right, you are up, sir.
Okay, what's next? How about switch over to horror?
Okay, I'm ready.
And I have some horror with painted covers too. So.
Oh, that's a double. That's like a bonus.
First, we have Scary Tales.
Oops, I got to make you big. Hold on. Don't start. I'm being remiss in my duties as host.
One thing I like about Charlton Comics is they put the date on the cover, and these later ones when they have the bullseye.
Oh, okay.
So this is from 1975, Tom Sutton. And that's Lady Blood.
You mentioned her in a recent video. Okay, I need to see that better. I need to see this woman. Okay, yeah, the glare is killing us, but oh, that's such a gorgeous cover, but we can't really see it. Oh, unfortunately.
Pull it back. Yeah, okay, I get it back out of it. Well, when I pull it back, maybe I can pull the computer closer.
It's okay. Don't lose the connection.
It's all that glare coming in from the blind. The sun's coming right in here at this time of day.
But you know what? That is a gorgeous cover. I'd like to own that.
And next is another Scary Tales. She's really going at it. It's Tom Sutton also.
Wow. I think you showed that in a video that I watched.
Yeah.
That's a great cover. That's a crazy sword. Like, how do you carry that thing around?
Let's see. This one is by Pat Boyette. Got this one from my comic shop. My comic shop order, which I usually change out the bags, but I haven't done it yet. I need to buy some new bags.
Yeah, a lot of those ghost books from Charlton were done by Ditko, so it's nice to see different artists.
Yeah, Pat Boyette was a local. Lived here in town, and I got to meet him. He's really cool guy.
Wait 1 second. Do you know who Chick Stone is?
Sure.
Because Sleepy Reader said the one that I showed with the really dark lines, he said it looks like Chick Stone inking. Maybe. I think that's what he was referring to. And then he also wrote Tom Sutton is so underrated.
Yeah, I think so too.
Oh.
This is kind of a weird one. This is Ghost Manor. And this is done by a studio, a Reposo studio.
Mm-hmm.
Great monster.
Yeah, you were showing that, and I was thinking when you were saying that's so great, I was like, that is like the ugliest monster. I don't know.
That's what I like about him. He's so ugly.
So cartoony. Like he doesn't look scary. He looks like a puffball that's flying at you. But it's a great cover. It's a great cover.
I think I showed all these. This one is by Richard Larson.
Okay, that one's neat.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, they just all look crazy.
Yeah.
You know what, Steve? I'm going to tell you. I wish my comic shop would put their stickers on the back. You guys need to invest in Mylar. As soon as you get these old comics, get rid of those crappy bags they give you and put them in Mylar. I'm going to show you my next one. Man, they pop in Mylar.
Yeah,
they make the book look 2 times better than it actually is.
Yeah.
Oh, so Hall says he likes the creature, so he's on your side, Don. Donald, sorry. Larry. Hi, Larry. I think I remember getting a lot of those Charlton's bags in 4-packs at grocery stores when I was a little kid.
Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah. So did you, was that your last one?
Yeah.
So in my horror section, I actually have 7, so I'm kind of cheating. But I didn't have that many romance, so I'm cheating, but that's okay. So here's an example of the Mylar. So this is an old 20-cent DC comic. And this thing, believe it or not, is beat up. But in Mylar, it looks stunning.
Yeah.
I mean, look at it. It looks really nice, right? But if you actually examine it, it's all bent over here, spine crinkles. Just there's a page sticking up here. But man, in Mylar, it just looks so good. But anyways, this is a DC 20-cent. Have you the nerve to face the unexpected? It's number 138. And we got, hold on, I need to get rid of this comment. Sorry, Larry. And we're going to go ahead and look at this. And they're messing with voodoo, and the guy's out there falling down, Shadow of the Devil Doll. I mean, these horror comics are so cool. Next, I've got a 20-cent Monsters on the Prowl from Marvel. Now, these are all reprints from older monster comics. You can totally tell. But what a cool cover that is.
Yeah.
And his name isn't Serpo, it's Serpo. Okay, get that right. The creature who crushed the world. So he's getting bigger and bigger and destroying everybody. But when you actually zoom in and start looking at the detail of all these people hanging on the rocks and falling off, I mean, that is pretty cool.
Looks
Let
like
me
Jack
try to-
Kirby.
Yeah, look at that. I mean, this is a wicked cool cover.
Yeah.
We got a lot of comments. Hold on. So we stopped at that. So now we're gonna have I agree, Steve. Evening, Larry. How's your daughter doing? Yes, Larry. If you want to write that in the comments, I think we'd all like to know. Hi, Larry. Kristen is doing great. So a little sleep deprived. Oh yeah, as to be expected, right? Because she just had a baby. The person who invents a Mylar skin suit will win the Nobel Prize. Yeah, I want to see you walking around in your Mylar skin suit, Vidal. Okay, I want to see this. Would you please do it and then take pictures? All right. So the next I have a twofer. I wanted to show one of these, but I didn't know which one to show because they're both amazing. This is Plug art, and it's from the Monster of Frankenstein. And I mean, there's that famous scene, It's Alive. And look at that skull that skeleton in the background. I mean, I love that cover. I just like the wrappings, the draper, whatever it's called. But I like this one even more. I like the background with the house on the hill. And I mean, yeah. So everybody vote. Which one is the better one? Number 1 or number 2? I want to see. Drop that in the comments. Which one is the better cover? You like number 2? I think so too. I was going to show this, but I kind of wanted to show off. Look, guys, I have number 1. So let's see what does the audience think. Wicked cool. We'll do David, but he's going to consult his lawyers. Marvel needs to give us a gallery edition of that Frankenstein run. Oh, that would be cool. Number 2, Dose. Oh, Sleepy's going with number 1. He's being cantankerous. He wants to go with number 1. 2, both are good though. That's true. And Mark is on Sleepy's side. Okay, the next one is, I probably shouldn't even show this. I don't know why I grabbed it. It's the Phantom Stranger. It's nice, but it's nothing amazing. So I'm just going to show that really quickly. The other ones are just as good, but this one I really wanted to show off. I think this cover is phenomenal.
Great Morrow.
Look at that. Chilling Adventures in Sorcery.
Yeah.
Look at this. Like, stay away from this web woman. Look at and then what's going on? Like, why is he riding one of those birds from the Joust game? I don't know what's going on with this, but man, is that cover so cool. I mean, like, wow. I was so happy to find that comic. And I'm going to end with a Adele 12 Center. Ghost Stories. Haunted by a ghost that wasn't there. And I think this might be the first issue. I think. But, I mean, look at this. You got this gigantic cat. You got a turned over garbage can. You got a man running away. You got this weird ghost pointing at you. You got this great, like, what is going on in this comic? I have no idea, but I don't care. Look at how cool that background is. Like, I love it. It's just so awesome. So there was some horror comics for you.
Right.
So, Steve also said number 2, Moro was so awesome. Uno, okay, no, you don't get to vote twice. Okay, so Libro Paradiso is Gore Vidal. We're on to you. You better get a third alias. Gray Moro, even more underrated. Like Gray Matter is underrated. All right, you are up.
Okay. Now I'm going to do Charlton, but I'm going to cheat and do all romance comics.
Oh, look at you. More romance, but Charlton.
Okay. I'm gonna start out with the best one. My favorite is Enrico Nieto. You see that?
Okay, number one, I love yellow covers.
Yeah.
So what's going on with her hair though? Is she Medusa?
Yeah, isn't that wild?
I love you. It's just the title is I love you.
Yeah.
And she's on the phone and her hair is like flying all over the place.
I love it. I think that's a great cover.
It's beautiful. But I'm just trying to figure out. And even it looks like there's a shape in her hair, like a face. It's weird.
Well, yeah. Next is Tom Sutton from Haunted Love. And if you can see that, it's like a mermaid going down with these kind of frog creatures. And they're going down to this underwater city, Atlantis or something.
Oh, okay. I can't see it well, but I remember seeing it in your video.
It's hard
to remember thinking how gorgeous it is. But
it's hard to see when you're looking at the comic book.
It's got so much detail.
Yeah. Next is Demetrio Sanchez Gomez. This is another one of my favorite covers.
You made that name up.
No, that's his name, Demetrio Sanchez Gomez.
Okay, is he Greek or is he Spanish? I don't know.
I think he's might be Australian.
I'm messing with you.
Argentinian, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe Spanish.
Okay, so we got secret romance, and we've got two people swimming. Then we've got a woman.
Secret romance.
Yeah.
That's just about some of them have, not all these have corny covers. Some of them are just kind of graphic design. I always like that one.
That is very pretty.
Next is a great one. Probably everyone knows this guy, Jose Luis Garcia Lopez.
Okay, this one has a split cover.
Yeah.
We've got night and day. It's like
they're watching the girls at the protest. They're protesting women's lib, but then these guys hit them up, and then they go to the disco, and it's like a different story.
And of course they were written by men. So
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Next is Luis Avila.
So I'm going to take it that there's a lot of Spanish artists.
Yeah. They came via Argentina.
Wow.
And I kind of went backwards through this. I should have had them going the other way. Luis Avila. My eyes are not good. I can't read the things, but
that's okay. That's beautiful. That woman's face is just lovely.
Yeah.
I want that one.
And this is the one I should have shown first. This is Ernesto Garcia. He was a very famous, world famous artist, and he did a lot of westerns. That's what he was known for. But from about 1968, I think, until 70, he did a lot of work for Charlton.
Wow.
And it's kind of a racy cover there. And finally, Archipelago, and I call these the Magnificent Seven of Charlton Comics.
Wow. Okay, we got floating heads. We've got that yellow banner at the top. We've got like funky disco, disco-y like background furniture. She's in a bikini on her bed or wherever on her couch.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Let's see what she's thinking. I can't go on like this. I'm on a big merry-go-round. I must get off. I must.
So she's after three guys. She doesn't know who to choose.
Right.
Wow.
And in the Golden Greek.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Nice.
That's my Magnificent Seven Charlton comic.
Okay. So Hall said he met his wife at a women's rights march and disco. Okay, so I know he's joking. And at first I thought it was true, and then I read and disco, and I'm like, no. You had me for a second. Oh my gosh, that's funny. So I'm going to show my Charlton, and again, I just grabbed them randomly. So, like I was telling you, the ghosts. Oh, maybe it's just this one. like the Ghosts of Dr. Graves. Let me get rid of this comment. Like the Ghosts of Dr. Graves, a lot of them were done by Ditko.
Yeah.
And some, I'm going to say that I've always been a critic of Steve Ditko's later work, but sometimes he will show something very beautiful. I'm not necessarily going to say this is one of them. It's got its flaws, but overall, this is a very nice cover.
Yeah.
Now, this one is probably going to be very hard to see. This is Haunted, number 19. And it's not in the greatest condition, but if you see this in person, the art is really detailed, but here it just looks so muddy. It's really hard to convey. Like, I'll pull it back.
Yeah.
It's very muddy, but when you look at it closely, it really is a cool art piece. It's just really hard to see on screen. And I actually wish that for the comic book, it were lightened a bit. I think it would really pop. I have a Charlton. This is a 20-cent Blondie. And I love this one because he's on the moon.
Yeah.
And his dog's with him on the moon.
Daisy, yeah.
I mean, how awesome is this cover?
Yeah.
If you're a sci-fi fan, you would want this cover.
Yeah.
Right? Even if you don't collect Blondie. And when I saw that, I grabbed it. It's in really bad condition. But in the Mylar, it makes it look serviceable.
Yeah, I would grab that one.
Next, I have another Ditko, but it's what do you call it? Sci-fi. And Conquered Earth, Space War. I mean, I don't know what do you think about this cover? In the comments, I'd love to know. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Like, what do you think of this Ditko art piece as a cover?
As a reprint, it's a reprint. I mean, it's a good piece, but of the original printing, the color was a lot better. But, but it's a good piece. I like it.
You do? Okay. So I want to know what the viewers have to say, because I'm very torn about this. Overall, it's nice, but Ditko's, like, when you start looking at the detail, like, it falls apart for me. Wonderful book. So Gore said for you, wonderful books. I guess he doesn't like mine. Whatever, Gore. The blonde dude looks like the guy from Scooby-Doo. Oh yeah, are you talking about the one with the 3 heads? Yeah, he kind of did. You're right. So Paul says he likes the Ditko cover. It's weird, and I like the way he does weird. He absolutely does weird. That is so true.
Yeah.
I used to watch Blondie with Dad with theater. Okay, Steve, you used to watch Blondie with your dad at the theater, right? But I was a kid. I think. Okay. He likes the city. Oh, so from the cover, the city in the background. Yeah. David, you started to call us the class, didn't you? I need you to be quiet, class. The teacher's talking. Oh, so Larry really likes it. Wonderful books, Gigi. Thank you, Mark. Forget that Gore. Where is he? David, Donald had more estrogen in his books, but I'm Yes, he had more boobs. I know what you're saying. Wait, and I have just two more to show in this category. So Steve says he likes futuristic cityscapes. So do I. So I grabbed this one because John Byrne is one of my favorite artists. This has a beautiful, beautiful yellow background, and it's John Byrne art. And to see, an artist like of John Byrne's caliber working on a Charlton comic, I think this was this before he was famous or after? I don't know, but I think he only did this comic, maybe. And maybe he did it because he had ownership of the characters or the story. I don't know. But I appreciate this comic. And this is Doomsday +1. And it is a 40-cent comic. It must have been after he was famous. And then this last one is a little bit dark. This is the all-new Yang.
Ooh.
And they've got this poor guy on a horse. It's like midnight. They've got a club with fire. So they're not only going to hang him, maybe they're going to set him on fire. They're all hooded. Like, this is a crazy cover. Like, what is going on here? And they got guns and whips, and it's just, this is a crazy cover.
Yeah,
so this is
Yang.
Yang.
He's gonna kick their butts.
Yeah, I hope so. I haven't read it, and it was approved by the Comics Code. It's so I got past the
lynching cover. Okay.
All right, so those were my Charlton. So
okay.
I think we finished all our comics, didn't we?
Yeah. Huh.
Okay, so we have albums to show, and I hope you brought them, because you told me you have. Let me make us equal here. You told me you have 8 albums in your collection, and I was like, what? I have to know what these 8 albums are. So I really, really hope you brought them. And then we're going to go over, you said you had 2 trading card sets. So I didn't ask what they were. Did you notice that? Because I want to see live, like, what 2 trading card sets do you actually have? So what would you like to do? The albums or the trading card sets? Or 1 trading card, vinyl, and trading card? You decide.
Let's do the albums.
All right.
This is the newest one I got. It's got a cover by this guy, Pete Hawley. Found this at a garage sale.
Okay, I'm going to make you... Oh, hold on 1 second. I'm going to make you bigger, and I forgot how to do it. Okay, there we go.
No, that's you. Okay, there I am. But,
oh, wait. Can you hold off? There's like a whole bunch of comments. I'm going to go through them really quick. Burn just before he went to Marvel, I think. Oh, that's good. Yay, in Comic Crack. Sam Ho Kim art. I don't know. I didn't look. So Larry says he remembers Yang. The Comics Code asleep at the wheel. CC panel was a problem, a little racist. Maybe, probably. And David buys 8 albums whenever he visits Amoeba Records. Yes. So 8 is like normal for me. So, all right, now you're up. We are caught up with your album.
This one I bought for the cover. I don't know if you can see the little rascals there.
Oh, that's adorable. I would buy that in a heartbeat.
Buckwheat over there.
Yes. Look at this hair going up.
Yeah. Alfalfa and Spanky.
Oh my gosh.
The gun.
That's adorable.
Got that for $1.
Well, I want it.
Next is Rock and Roll. My favorite Jeff Beck album when I was young. Liar.
Nice. I do not like guitar-driven albums, and I've tried, but I know it's super famous.
Yeah, but that's the only one I have that's really guitar album.
So you've got a cartoon, and then you've got a rock album. So let's see what the next one is.
This is I just like the World's Fair.
Oh no, that's gorgeous.
Newborn Brothers Orchestra. It's like a gospel group.
Oh, that's gospel? Wow. Yeah. But they're a quartet.
Quartet.
Quartet. No, look how they spell quartet. Quartet. Good one, Sleepy.
This one's crazy. Could you imagine making an album about horoscopes? I've never listened to these albums. I don't have a turntable, but I just thought it was so weird. Yeah, I guess
that is totally strange
for all the astrological signs.
Okay, that is totally weird.
Someday I'll listen to that. I don't know.
Wow.
This is my favorite album of what I have. This is John Lennon and Yoko Ono, Heart Play. They just it's like 2 sides of an album of them talking. And
I've seen it.
I really admire them, and I like this album.
Awesome.
I got a friend with a turntable that he can plug into his computer, and he digitized that for me, so I can listen to it.
Yeah.
This is an import, Japanese import of James Bond. You Only Live Once, or which one is it? Diamonds Are Forever.
Diamonds Are Forever.
Doesn't even,
Oh
it's
yeah,
just
you're right. You can see the
paper
Japanese.
sleeve. It doesn't have a. But I like the artwork.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I don't know where I got this. I've just had it forever.
Hmm.
And let's see, number 7 is listening and concentration. It's a 2-album course on how to listen and concentrate.
Automatic skills that build your mind to a total commitment for the spoken word. Gives you powers of concentration you never even believed possible.
Yeah, I was
That
really manic when I bought that. I find it that's really cool.
is awesome. So remember, everybody, this is his entire vinyl collection right here. So
And-
you have one more record.
Yeah, and finally, it's a soundtrack. What's New Pussycat with a Frank Frazetta cover.
Oh, look at that. Well, that's awesome.
And that's my record collection.
Okay, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, so I kept it at 5 since you were showing your entire record collection. So now I'm just showing off 5, and I was trying to keep it with the theme of Before We Were Born. So I'm gonna go ahead and just show off 5 records. Now the first one is a child star, right? Deanna Durbin.
All
and
right.
I love this album because it really is like a pinup. It's just her face really large, and then of course her name. But I mean, look at how pretty that album cover is. And then there she is looking statuesque on the back.
Yeah.
Mm. Then I grabbed a Sammy Davis Jr. Jumps with Joya. Because I guess her name is Joya. So he jumps with Joya. I mean, I could not do that. So I'm kind of impressed.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Sammy jump in those red socks. I'm glad nothing dropped out. Poor Joya. She's ready to, she's waiting for it now. She's like, maybe a baby's coming out of there. I don't know. Like, what is she doing? All right. This one is Exotica Volume 3 with Martin Denny. And it's just this close up of this woman's face, like coming out of the shadows. It's, I think that's like really eye catching. And she looks like the actress on Mad Men, like one of the secretaries.
Mm.
There you go. There they are on the back. I got 2 more. My Baby Loves to Swing, and that's Vic Damone.
All right.
Look at him. And there he is on the back. Looking quite handsome, I might add. And then finally, we have Sax and Satin from Bobby Dukoff. And this woman is like rising out of the fumes of the saxophone. And then in the background, there's like a satin. The picture is all on satin.
Wow.
Kind of fun. So there you have 5 albums that I pulled from my collection from supposedly Before We're Born.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you go ahead and get ready. I'm going to make you large, and I'm going to look at the comments. Gore says I have cute cheeks. Thank you. I don't know what that's referring to. Oh, maybe Deanna Durbin. Let's see. Would you repeat that? Now I don't know what I said that we need to repeat. Come hither, eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, and great bangs. Okay, so they're all describing, like, Gore got all hot and bent out of shape for that woman we were showing, I guess. Like, the comments started coming fast and furious, fast and heavy when we showed these women. Oh, I know. It's the exotic woman. Maybe this one.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's Gore's favorite. She reminds me of Barbara Eden. You're absolutely right, Steve. She does look like Barbara Eden. But I also think of the woman on Mad Men. Okay. Sorry, you're up, Donald.
Okay. The first one I have is called The Goon Squad, the art of Charles Burns.
Oh yeah.
He's one of my favorite artists. I'll go up and show you a few of these cards. There's no explanation about them or anything. They're just, the back is a puzzle you put together into a puzzle.
Oh, that's so cool.
And they just
He's got a pineapple beard.
Yeah.
Those cards are totally cool.
The color totally pops on them.
Yes, they do. Now I need to find this.
The Goon Squad.
Wow. I'm going to look that up after this.
Isn't that cool?
Oh, yeah, but that mouth is in a really unfortunate place. That's scary. Look at these weirdos. Oh, Lord, that's hilarious. Oh, he was talking about the How to Concentrate album.
Oh, yeah.
If you want, I'll read it for you again, Steve, later. She's got like a worm coming out of her tongue.
Yeah, it's like her tongue, I think.
Yes, that's gross.
They're goons. But I don't know how many of these you want to see. Maybe that's enough.
Well, they're gorgeous. They really are gorgeous. I'm definitely going to try to find that set. Those are gorgeous.
Yeah, it's fun. And it's fun to put together the puzzle in the back.
I can imagine you sitting there doing that. Charles Burns' art is so good. Black Hole is an amazing, dark, weird book. Highly recommended. I've read that one. I love these cards. Yeah, they're gorgeous.
There's a new Charles Burns book out called Comics.
Yeah.
And it's all covers of imaginary comics that he does. I highly recommend it. It is so cool.
Imagine how much modern music, comics, art will be lost one day due to the fragile, temporary nature of digital streaming. Meanwhile, we are preserving history, art, or something. I don't know because, physical media is also fragile. And they say CDs are only meant to last 100 years. And, I mean, when you think about it that way, even the books that we have are deteriorating, even though we're encapsulating them. I mean, it really goes kind of both ways there, Larry. It's a very interesting conversation, though.
It's funny, the 100-year-old books are going to last forever because they are printed on rag stock. And the ones that from the last, 80 years are all printed on paper, and they're just disintegrating.
Comic Crack missed the Burns cards. Would you just show a couple while I'm going through the comments?
Sure.
Just ordered that John and Yoko Heartplay LP, Don. Thanks. Good for you, Mark. Hey, you're supposed to put 100% of your concentration on our stream, Mark. I do not appreciate you shopping.
Here you go, Terrence. Ah!
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, what's he gonna do with that bone? I don't know. It's so
No, he's got a boner.
Oh, Lord.
This guy is serious. He's got the third eye.
Yeah, look at him.
And this guy's a coffee freak, you can tell.
I really like these cards.
Yeah.
I do. So, Comic Crack, he showed a bunch more of them before, but I think we're all going to go out and buy them. But you guys are going to be able to get to eBay before me because I'm the host and I can't do it. So they're going to be all sold out.
Let me pick up this card I dropped.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and start showing mine. You get that card.
Yeah, I got it.
All right, so I'm going to show some trading cards that, remember, we're going with the theme before I was born. And I found this trading card set of old movie posters. And not only are they cards, but they put like this glitter on weird places on all the cards. Like this card has glitter around the edges. And this is from a Rudolph Valentino movie. And here you have a Gloria Swanson. I mean, look at the art on these things. A Gloria, her husband's trademark. Sorry, I'm using my opposite hand and everything's looking wonky now. Look at this one. The Thief of Baghdad. Look, I can't get it. Look at this gorgeous art. It's not coming through, but on these cards, this art is so cool, and it's from the movie posters. So a lot of this is really old painted art from all these movie posters.
Yeah, Terrence, they're the kitchen sink.
Kitchen sink. Hi, Katya. So she's coming to us, I believe, from Brazil.
Hello.
I found a pair of your underwear, Gore. Where were they? For the, I'm not going to touch that one. I'm going to leave it there. Are the Goonscar cards a blank? No, on the back there's a puzzle. He showed it, and you have to. They all make one giant puzzle, a black and white puzzle. That's true about physical media rotting, but what happens when Disney or some? Yeah, you're right. So that's a totally different argument, and I get that. So I did cover that with my physical copy of what's that cop movie with Gene Hackman that where it was really famous, and they cut out the racist scene, his racist rant. And I actually have the physical copy, and the physical copy online shot up to like $100. Yeah, it's a totally valid point, but that's kind of a different argument. Terrence, she kept the. Oh no! I don't want to touch any of this. What's going on? No. There's some weird stuff. Okay, so I'll just show a couple more. Here's Garbo. Here is Jean Harlow in The Girl from Missouri, and Cleopatra. I mean, these cards go on, and I just want to. Oh, look at Betty Davis looking fabulous there. I want everybody to do that right now. What are you doing over? Come on, that is. Come on, look at her. And this guy can be Betty Davis. These cards, and that's just the top. Like there's about 100 of these cards. They're so gorgeous. So you're up. This is your second trading card.
Okay, my second set. This is from Dark Horse. It's an informal history of poets, painters, writers, musicians, comics, and social commentators, the beat characters.
Whoa. Oh, I know that's going to be good.
Yeah, this is by Jesse Crumb. I guess I don't know whether he wrote it or drew it. And there's also Erica Dietlefsen. And I'm not sure which is the artist and which is the writer. But I'll show a few of these cards.
Yeah, I'm getting ready too.
This is Lou Welch.
He's famous for grape juice, right?
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
And I don't know. For some reason, maybe they couldn't get a picture or the rights to use Jack Kerouac's image or something because they just put a
that's so weird.
A silhouette. I
Wow.
don't know. And they don't mention his name. They just said the guy who was on the road and stuff. They referred to his writings.
Yeah, maybe they couldn't get the rights.
Maybe he was the only one who was all copyrighted. This is Larry Rivers.
Well, the art is certainly really, really nice. Yes, Steve, the French Connection. Thank you.
Someone there's Charles Mingus.
He looks happy there.
Yeah, he sure does.
And I've never seen him smiling on his album covers. That's like the first time.
Dizzy Gillespie.
Wow. These are really nice cards.
But, and they have on the back, they have a little biography.
Bio.
It kind of tells you all about it.
That's awesome.
But that's the beat characters. I'll show one more. Who's this? Robert Duncan.
Yeah, I don't know a lot of these people, but that's why these cards would be fun because you'd get an education out of these things.
Yeah.
All right. My last showing of the night is with the theme Before We Were Born. I have a set of Wizard of Oz cards. And I'm sorry, but these things are gorgeous. I mean, look at this black and white, which isn't really black and white. It's sepia, right? Look at that. Yeah, not at this point of the movie, right? It was when it was in the black and white.
Transition, yeah.
And you just get these. So the beginning cards, sorry, I have them in plastic, but the beginning cards are just so cool, right? These black and white scenes. Here's Toto. She's probably singing Somewhere Over the Rainbow right there. And then, look, here's Toto. He's going to get out. Don't do it, Toto. And then, of course, later, you jump to the color cards. And I mean, these things they're just so cool. These look at that. So these are these. It's kind of a cheat because these aren't cards from the time period. These are modern cards where they took stills from the movie, but they're so cool. So I appreciate things like this. That is that. So Mr. Mr. Donald Westlake. I want to thank you. Wait, let's make us equal again.
Let me go grab one off myself.
I want to thank you. No, his name is Mr. King. He's Donald Rex. I want to thank you for coming on with me, and we have to do this again because we are already talking about showing some Archies and what company does like the little dot? Harvey, yeah, Harvey, and maybe some religious comics. So we definitely have to do this again. I mean, if you feel like it.
Sure.
And I want to thank everybody in the audience for the participation. Thank you so much. Did you want to say anything?
Thanks. Sorry it went so long there. I guess I showed a few too many comics, but
no, an hour is perfect. We're at an hour and 6 minutes, so that's actually really, really good. I like to do it an hour, but I mean, I don't think it went too much over, so I think we're fine.
Cool.
And Gore Vidal says, "Nice collections, gentlemen. Thank you."
Thank you.
I bet Libro's going to come on and say the opposite. Great showing, guys. Not long at all, Donald. Thank you. Oh, the comments are pouring in. I got to get that. Great to see you, Donald. Thanks for doing this at Garage Geek. Yes, Donald, I'm really, really thankful for you lowering yourself to come on my channel. The flying monkeys from the Wizard of Oz. Yes, that is true. So many people said that. Like those flying monkeys were creepy in the Wizard of Oz, and they're still creepy. They're creepy.
They scared me when I was a kid.
They scared everybody. They're worse than the witch. All right. So, did you want to have anything else to say before I turn it off? And don't forget, just stick around for a few minutes.
Okay.
I end it. All right. Did you want to say anything?
Yes, I said it all.
All right. Thank you so much, and thank you, everybody.
Bye.
And